Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tanisha and I hope you stick around and subscribe. Today's video is gonna be a really fun one. We're gonna be doing an easy New Year's Eve makeup look. I saw this really pretty photo from Desi Perkins. She's one of my favorite bloggers. I'm sure you guys all know and love her. I thought this look was perfect for New Year's Eve, so I wanted to recreate it. Really festive, just something different and fun. I hope you guys are excited. I also wanted to give a big shout out to Nordstrom for partnering with me on today's video. So a lot of the products that I'm going to be using today, you can shop at Nordstrom, either in store or online, and I will have everything that I use, including my outfit and everything, linked down below. So if you guys are ready for the tutorial, then let's get into it. All right, we are gonna begin. First, I'm gonna put my hair back a little bit. I got these pins. With this new hair now, I have to like actually pin back my hair so it doesn't get in my face. And these are game changers. I feel like when you are getting ready, it's just like, before I just used to like use my scarf, but now that I have hair, I could just use like these little pins and they're perfect. I'm just pinning them back. I'm probably gonna do my hair after this because it's not curled yet. I went ahead and did my eyebrows and primed my eyes. I haven't set them though, so I should probably do that. I'm gonna just use the Laura Mercier translucent powder, which I always use. Just kind of set my eyes because I tend to crease a lot. But what's up, you guys? I'm so excited for this video. Excited to give you guys some New Year's Eve inspo on what to do for your makeup. I feel like this is like gonna be a really pretty look. I haven't done it yet, but we will see. I feel like this is gonna be perfect for those of you who want to be a little bit more glam, but don't want to have like a glam outfit. I feel like there's a way that you could still be glam with your makeup, even though my outfit I'm thinking of is probably gonna be super extra. But I have my tree here in the background. We actually started decorating it last night, but I ran out of light, so only half of my tree is done. It's like, what, December 5th? And I still don't have my tree up. I'm leaving for New York in 3 days. I am so excited for New York. I'm just gonna add like a little light eyeshadow because this look is gonna be pretty like simple on the eyes, kind of just like simple glam. Yeah, like I was saying, I'm going to New York in 3 days. The last time I went was right before everything shut down. I went, actually, my friend was living there. She had moved back home for a little bit and now she's back in New York. So I figured, why not make a little girls trip and go see her. I'm very like pumped to go on a solo trip. Feel like I haven't done like many things like that by myself, and I think it'll be like good for me and Tyler. Obviously in like a long-term relationship, and most things that we do is together. And I feel like once you like become very attached to your person, you tend to do things always together, whether that's like hanging out with friends, you know, going on trips. Obviously, haven't really done like a girls trip since like college, which is a really long, not really long time ago, but like a few years ago, and that was when I was single. So I feel like girls trips are easier to do when you're single because it's kind of like those are the only people you really like can hang out with, you know? Not can hang out with, but want to. And when you get in a relationship, it's like, okay, like I want to do everything with my person. Kind of forget about, you know, making time for girls trips and things like that and doing things on your own. So I'm really trying to make an effort to just like hang out with my friends more, just by myself, go on like this little trip to go see my friend by myself. And it'll also be good because I never really like go eat by myself either. She's gonna be working, I'm taking the week off. It'll be nice to kind of explore, go eat lunch by myself, go sit at a cafe, just like sit with myself. I feel like that's something that we typically don't do, or we kind of get like, not embarrassed, but just feel kind of awkward doing. We just kind of rely on our phones and rely on maybe like listening to music. And that's something that I want to get better about, just like, you know, doing things by myself. Finding independence really when you're in a relationship, I think is huge. I think it's really important to find like space, do your own thing sometimes, because we can kind of treat relationships as a crutch. I never want to feel like I'm too dependent or I can't do anything without my partner. Let me know how you guys feel about that. If you're in relationships, like what are your thoughts on that? Like, do you take solo trips? Do you take time to like do things by yourself? Or is it kind of just like you always feel like you're doing something with your partner? I feel like that's where I've been headed, and I'm trying to like reel it back in, because I don't want to be that person that's like always inviting their boyfriend out. Like, That's so annoying. So I'm trying to be better about that, but I'm very excited for this trip and it should be so fun. I'm gonna vlog the whole thing. What I'm just doing on my eye, hopefully you guys can see that. I just did an orange like base all over is what I typically do. And then I'm wetting this brush and putting a little bit of glitter. I'm just mixing a few shades. I wish I had like an actual glitter, but I think this will work. Actually, that looks pretty good. I'll just do that. Okay, now I'm gonna go back in with that fluffy brush and just kind of like make the edges a little bit more like seamless so it's not so harsh. So that's just gonna be the base of the eye. Really simple. I wanna make this look as like easy as possible. Just to glam it up a little bit, I'm gonna add some eyelashes because I feel like for New Year's and just like special events like that, I always like to wear lashes. For the most part, I don't. I just like to do just my normal mascara on my own eyelashes. I just think it looks more natural. But like I said, for more special occasions, gotta glam it up a little bit. And I feel like this look needs some eyelashes. I'm just gonna be using these. These are very like thin, wispy, very natural, not too glam, which if I'm wearing eyelashes, this is kind of like the type of lash I like to wear. It's a little out of practice with the eyelashes, but we got them on. Now I'm gonna move on to my face. I need a little bit of primer. I always like to use my skincare as primer. I feel like that's the best primer that you can use. But lately I've been also using just like an added layer of primer to control my oil. I found that this really helps. So I'll just like focus it on my nose, my face, and then whatever's left over I'll like bring up. And then I'll do a little spray just to bring like the moisture back in. I'm gonna go in with the, I have been loving this lately, the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. First discovered this last fall, like around this time, around the holidays. Started using it again and I am really obsessed with it. I forgot how good it is. Really pretty foundation. It just makes you look airbrushed almost. It doesn't make you look too cakey also. Pretty foundation for I feel like the holidays when we're doing so many different events. There's pictures being taken. This is just a really good foundation that covers but also gives you like a nice glow, hence the name, like Luminous Silk. It gives you like almost like a silky finish, but you just look like perfect, like your skin just looks perfect. But the key is like the non-cakey thing. Like I don't like to look like I have a bunch of foundation on. Like I still like the natural look and I feel like this foundation is perfect for that. It's not too thick, but it still does what it needs to do. It covers, because you guys know if I'm wearing foundation it needs to cover, but I still want my natural like skin to shine through and like my natural glow, not the oil, but the natural glow of like my skin. As you can see, that's just like 1.5 pumps, and I'll probably go in and do like just a little bit more on my problem areas. Okay, now that we have the foundation, freaking love this stuff, it's so good. I'm gonna do a little bit of concealer. So I'm gonna be using this Dior Forever Skin, it's called Forever Skin Correct concealer. I was at the mall the other day and I saw this. It looked and felt so creamy. I was like, oh my god, I have to try that. I'm the type of person who tends to only use like one type of concealer once I find one that I really like. I feel like I'm gonna love this one. Decided to go in a shade not too light because I still want to kind of look like myself. It's new for me because I usually go super, super bright. The creamy texture of this is insane. I'm like, oh my god, I have to try that. So I'm just gonna like put that under. Oh, blend it out nicely. Oh my god. Wow, that was really easy to blend. Okay, Dior. Oh, this is so hydrating. I'm like, oh my god, wow. Oh my god. I'm like so lost. It looks so good under there. Never had a concealer like look that. I feel like airbrush under. That's so creamy. Okay, I like that. I'm gonna apply a little bit on my forehead. A little bit of brightness here as well. Wow, that looks so pretty. We love that. I'm gonna set that because I want it to be a little bit brighter. I like that it's around my skin tone, but I also like a bright under eye, so I'm just gonna set that with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Just take that directly on the sponge and just kind of like press that into the skin and bring it up. And then whatever's left, I'll just bring it to the rest of the places that I highlighted. Now we're gonna do a little bit of bronzer. We're gonna use my favorite, which I've been using as kind of like a mirror. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer. I have raved about this so much. It is my favorite bronzer. I have not used anything else ever since I got it. It's just the prettiest finish. You literally look airbrushed, flawless, buildable, but it doesn't look patchy. You could keep adding and adding and adding and it won't look patchy. You'll just get like a really bronze look, which depending on like what the vibe is that I'm going for, I will either add a little bit or a lot. It just depends. I think for New Year's, the vibe is obviously a little bit more sultry. So this is gonna be like a little bit of a heavier look, but it's still really like natural and pretty. I'm all about like the natural glam. You know what I mean? Like it's gotta look really pretty and I wanna look like I have makeup on, but I don't wanna look like crazy, you know? Just take it with like a big powder brush and just go like around the perimeter. Like look at that. So pretty. I'm obsessed with this stuff. Lasts so long. I've had this for like a year and I haven't even hit pan. Like I'm not even close. If you love makeup and you want to try something new, I would definitely recommend trying this. Or if you have someone in your life, I did a gift guide and I featured this in there. If you have someone in your life who loves makeup, definitely think about getting them this as a gift. I feel like it'd make the perfect gift. It's so pretty. The packaging is just stunning. Imagine opening that for Christmas. I feel like if you get this as a gift for someone, it's basically saying, I know good makeup and I know you're gonna love this. Like, trust me. Tanisha said, so you're gonna love it. Just because I said. And I'm gonna go back in with my sponge and the translucent powder and just cut that crease, not the crease, cut the contour. Just so it like stands out a little bit more. And let that sit for a little bit. I'm gonna bring that to my lash line. I think I need a little bit more. But back to the topic that we were talking about, independence and relationships and stuff like that. I feel like I've been feeling more that way because I'm trying to also work on my other relationships, like with friendships. Obviously my friend Claudia, like she lives far away, was roommates with her in college, and I feel like as a grad, it's so hard to not make friends, but like, yeah, I mean, make friends in your 20s, especially once you're so used to like your group of friends that, you know, you went to college with, everyone's moved away, everyone has jobs. Like it's really hard to make new friends. Past few years, I have lost a few friendships that I thought, you know, were gonna be like lifelong friendships. I thought these people were gonna be in my wedding. I think it's a really hard thing to come to terms with as like an adult, like especially post-grad. I really struggled with that. The notion of losing friends that I thought were gonna be around forever. I have definitely had a few cries. I've had moments where I'm like, oh my god, I have no friends, I have no one. It's hard because like you have friends, you know, like you have your people from home that you love, that whenever you see them it goes right back to normal. Like those are lifelong friends. You have your friends from college, but you just are not in the same place. You know, people have moved away or people are, you know, really busy, don't have time to hang out anymore. And in college, it's so much so that like you're hanging out all the time because you're in the same place and it's easy. You're not really an adult yet. And then when you transition to being an adult, it's so weird because you're like, I know I still have friends, but like, where are they? You know, like we're all doing different things. I have been really trying to work on my friendships with people, like definitely learning to, you know, admit faults, not hold a grudge, realize when a friendship is, you know, we're just in a rough patch or we just had like a little fight and we can get back to normal. And I think it's like, I haven't been able to put myself out there as much because obviously it's kind of hard to meet new people. So I definitely think I need to work on that in the new year. Just, I don't know. I struggle with like friendships because I'm like, do I need new people in my life or do I need to just really work on the friendships that I already have? And I think it's a mix of both. Like I would love to, you know, meet new people. Obviously, I'm never gonna close myself off to meeting new people, but I also want to be okay with the friendships that I do have and just work on those and be a better friend. I'm not a texter, you guys. Like I cannot text, and I know that that's a fault in me. I don't really text that often, so I don't check up on people. So I need to be better about like checking up on my friends and like showing them that I care. Like the way that you show up in a relationship is how you should show up in your friendships as well. And I'm trying to find a good balance in that and just like really be there for my friends, make time with them alone. That's huge too. I feel like it's all balancing act of trying to manage like relationships with a significant other and like relationships with friendship, being a good daughter, being a good sister, being a good person to myself. Like there's just so much and it's hard. I'm learning as I go. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of highlight. Okay, camera was gonna cut you off. I'm gonna do a little highlight. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury. This is a beauty light one. A little bit has come out already, so I'm gonna be really careful about how much I apply, but I'm just gonna apply this on my cheeks. It's probably all I need. Just like a little dot, because some has already come out. Dot on my nose, and I could probably use that for everything. Taking the beauty blender, just like distributing that. And this is like a natural way to have a glow because it's a cream product, so it kind of just like melts into the skin. And I find it works best with a beauty blender because you're able to like blend everything out. So just kind of like blend that out. And I'll add some more highlight on top, but I like to do this when I want like to really glow from within. Like that's what this does. And also the bridge of my nose. I added blush as I was talking to you, just on top of my contour, and then I bring the rest on the apples of my cheeks, and then I like to like just like dab my nose also. It gives you like a very like flushed look. We're gonna clean up this, just like brush it away. Then I like to take a little bit, put it at the center of my face. This just like further brightens up the highlight in the center of your face because you have all the bronzer at the perimeter, and then I like to like have a really bright center. Now we're going to add a little bit of wing liner. I like to do eyeshadow for this because I feel like it looks more natural. I'm just gonna take like a brown, if you have like a brown liner, I would do that. I take it on an angled brush. I just go from the corner of my eye, so where my eye ends, and I drag it up. So that's how I start my wing. Corner and drag it up. And then once you have like the line good, I will go back in and just like fill it in as a triangle. I only go halfway, so I kind of stop right there, the middle of my eye, because it makes it look more almond shaped. I really like that almond shaped eye look. And I find when you only go halfway, it looks so much better. Like it makes your eyes look bigger. Now both sides are done. Finish off my eye look with more eyeshadow at the bottom. So just take the same color, put that under my eye. Okay, before we go and do the fun part, I'm gonna put a little bit of this Skin Perfecting powder from Charlotte Tilbury. I got the little mini size. I have heard nothing but great things about this stuff. It's supposed to just basically make you look perfect. And I am for anything that does that. I'm just taking a little bit of it. One, I'm putting it under my eye because I like that part to be pretty put. Like I don't want that to go anywhere. I'm gonna put that in the middle. So kind of anywhere that I am highlighting, I'll put that there. And then I'm also gonna put that in my laugh line because I want that to stay put as well. So kind of like middle area, wherever I get oily is kind of where I'm focusing it. It feels really pretty in Luxe. I feel like Charlotte Tilbury, just like, I love them. They're such a Luxe brand that is accessible, but they're actually worth the hype, you guys. Like, it's so good. Okay. Okay, here is the fun part. I am so excited about this part, and I need to have my inspo up of what I'm gonna do. The main attraction of this look is obviously the glitter. I bought a bunch of rhinestones. I'm gonna be placing them all over my eyes. Is gonna like make the look. You have to be very strategic about this placement, but I'm just gonna kind of like go with what fits with my eye, go with what like looks good. Obviously I have a different eye shape. We all have different faces, so what looks good on me may look a little bit different on you. So just kind of go with like what you feel looks good. There's so many different sizes in here. I'm just gonna use some lash glue and go about just like placing it in some different areas. I'm like very nervous. Maybe I should do my mascara first actually. Okay, I did my mascara. I went ahead and smoked out my lower lash line just a little bit more, just to give it more of a sultry look. I'm gonna do the rhinestones. I'm gonna try to do varying shapes. So the way to apply this is you have to do lash glue. Oh my god, I'm already having so much fun with this. I feel like this is such a creative outlet right now. Place it like that. Oh my god, it's coming together. Let me zoom you guys in. Okay, I zoomed you in so you can see. So cute. You definitely have to work fast because the glue dries pretty quickly. I would recommend you guys do this, do like maybe 2 jewels at a time and then apply more glue. Okay, here's what we have so far. So fun. Okay, I think the first eye is done. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye. Going slow is definitely the move because when you do all of the glue at once, it dries and so you don't have time to place them. Glue method seems to be working fine. I love the little eyeliner moment too. It's like the diamonds on the wing. So pretty. All right, so here's the finished eye look. I think it looks really pretty. I'm gonna go finish and do my hair. I'll do my lip, finish off all of the makeup and that stuff on my outfit, and then I will show you guys the final look. All right, you guys, here is the finished makeup look. I will make sure to include my outfit as well. I put on a very like sparkly New Year's Eve outfit so that you guys can get some inspo on how I would wear this. I like the mix of feminine and masculine with the blazer and then like a really feminine sparkly dress. I think it's like just quintessential New Year's, and the makeup is still pretty simple. It's like to the core what I do on a daily basis when I wear makeup. It's very simple, it's very me, but it's also very New Year's. I went ahead and switched up the placement of some of the rhinestones just to fit my face a little bit more, and I think this placement looks a lot better. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you end up recreating it. Tag me on Instagram. I hope you guys are also subscribed, and thank you to Nordstrom for partnering with me on today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!